Maybe this person right here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how's it going, man? Sorry to interrupt you. Can I ask you a couple questions for YouTube? Yeah? Hell yeah. Yeah, I can sit down. You can get comfortable. No worries.
I already stood up.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. What's up?
Glad to hear, man. Are you against animal abuse?
You know what? I am definitely against animal cruelty for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody were like around kicking dogs in the face around here. You would say that's a bad person for doing that?
Well, it's mostly our behaviors. I wouldn't say that that's a bad person, but that is a bad behavior to have. So, yeah, that's a bad behavior for
Yeah,
sure.
so you're making sort of like an action actor distinction. You don't know why he's doing it. Maybe he's being mind controlled or mentally ill or something. But the action is bad. You're saying the action is
I
killing.
would think it would come from like frustration. Like, so a lot of people have the leashes that come around the neck for the dog when they have the harnesses now. And I always think like, why haven't people switched it up yet? But I mean, I think it's just a lack of knowledge on a pet owner, to be real with you.
What if he was just doing it for pleasure? You just found pleasure in seeing others suffer, just kicking them in the face. You just went around town kicking dogs in the face.
Are you asking me how I would feel about that person?
No, if you would think that sort of behavior would be ethically wrong or immoral.
Absolutely.
No,
It's not okay to kick small dogs or big dogs in the face.
Oh, hell yeah. Do you personally eat animals?
I do.
Like, who do you eat?
Well, I don't have a name to put to the animals I eat, but
Like, what species of animals?
definitely the cow, definitely the chicken. I've been eating a lot of lamb out here in Puerto Rico. Some of the main ones that you'll find at a restaurant.
Do you see any sort of like ethical issue with that sort of thing, or you think it's fine to just murder others, eat them?
To be honest with you, ethically, from a convenience standpoint, it's very easy to order something off a menu, and I don't see the process of the animal dying or any of that. So it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. But ethically, yes, it is wrong, bro. It is, yeah. Because God's creatures, I can support my body without meat. To be honest,
But
with
you see yourself continuing to do it even if you think it's immoral.
even if I'm still probably most likely going to eat meat. Yes, I just ate some pernil earlier today and it was delicious.
Yeah, I understand. It's tasty stuff, right? But the question is it morally justified to exploit others, murder others just because of taste pleasure? Let me ask you a hypothetical question. If you found out that all this time you've been lied to and you were being actually consuming humans instead of animals, the pernil that you ate earlier was actually a human child. So all this time, all the options are vegan and human-based. You've been lied to. Would you go vegan overnight, or would you continue eating your pernil that is made out of humans, etc.?
Yeah, I would need to know for sure. Like,
Let's say you know for sure. Like hypothetically, you have complete knowledge that you are eating humans,
right.
and now the question is, will you continue eating humans and human products, or are you going vegan overnight in this hypothetical?
In this hypothetical, if somebody were to tell me that all my life I've been consuming human flesh,
Yeah, all this time.
I mean, who's to say if I went vegan, I'm still not, who's to say I'm not getting lied to then?
Well, let's say you had complete knowledge of that too in the hypothetical.
And I know that.
So it was between buying vegan products or exploiting humans. You had that dichotomy. What would you do?
That's far out, man. I'm not even gonna lie. That's.
How would you answer it?
I'm not a cannibal, so of course I would stop the consumption of eating humans.
So in that hypothetical, you would go vegan overnight.
In that hypothetical, I would change my diet 100%.
Overnight.
That instant.
That instant.
As soon as I heard, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy.
I'm glad we have common ground on that. I would do it overnight as well if I happened to be doing that. But now the question is, you're not doing it overnight in their case. So what do you think is true of? So this is the question. What do you think is true of animals? That if it was true of humans, would make it okay to do the sort of thing we do to them, but to humans. And in other words, you wouldn't see yourself doing it overnight
for an animal. You're right.
Yeah, like what's so different between us and them that makes it okay to do that to them? You wouldn't go vegan overnight. In their case, you're not vegan, right? But in the human context, you would go vegan overnight. Like what's so different morally between us and them?
Well, ethically, they're both wrong. There really isn't a difference. Pero, I don't know, man. My ancestors.
How will you answer the specific question?
My ancestors came up and ate, the cow, the chicken. I mean,
Like tradition is what you're naming?
tradition is how the human race evolved to this point from eating meat. So I would keep it going, man. I don't think I would. That's enough for me to stop. Even if I had a farm of chickens and animals, I don't think it's enough for me to stop eating meat.
But
I don't. It's just
you
not
said
enough.
you said tradition. You said that what justifies continually supporting this for you is that it's traditional. Your ancestor did it. In the human case, I mean,
way before me.
cannibalism was done like culturally, like universally at some point, but right now it's not done. I know what you mean. But this is the hypothetical. If it was a cultural practice to do the sort of thing we do to animals but to humans, do you think the good thing to do would be to just abolish that fucking tradition or continue to sustain it in our society?
In that case, I would have to be strong enough to make the choice to go against my tradition then.
In that case.
In that
in
case,
the human case.
In the human case, yeah.
But in the animal case, you're not gonna choose to be strong and to oppose it. So the question is.
I'm not, bro.
So
no, bro.
the question
Not,
is
bro.
what's different then? What's different between us and animals that justifies doing that to them but not to humans?
I can't talk to a pig.
So it's ability to speak.
I can't talk to a pig. I can't have an in-depth conversation with them. I can't connect with them like I can a human. Suffering is suffering, I understand, but
So
they're delicious, man.
this is what
It's
is
a
entailed.
proton.
So this is what is entailed. So okay, two things. You mentioned two things. So it's ability to speak with the being and to understand the being, and the taste pleasure you obtain from the action. So let's say this. Let's say we found all the marginal cases of humans that were around that couldn't speak, like all the mentally disabled people that don't know how to use language, all the mute people who know, all those people. And let's say they tasted good. Would it be ethical to start killing them and turning them into pernil, sandwiches,
Chuleta.
wallets, leather jackets?
Well, I do think even that I wouldn't be able to speak to a mentally ill person. There'll still be a...
I'm saying mentally disabled to the degree that they're not able. They're not able to speak. So they have minds, at least in that trait of being able to communicate, they have minds similar to the minds of cows, but they're humans. And there's humans like that out there. You understand there's like severely mentally disabled people that can't speak, right? So that's what I'm wanting you to picture in this hypothetical. We like line them all up and start stabbing them in the neck for sandwiches. Do you see that as moral?
That is not okay. Just because I can't talk to that person doesn't mean I should eat them and put them in a Philly cheesesteak. That's definitely wrong.
Do you understand how you contradicted yourself then? Right there?
I contradicted myself,
But
but I didn't.
you
I didn't
understand it, right?
I didn't finish this point. I should still be able to connect to that person on a level that I can't connect to the animal with. It's just what it is.
What do you mean by that?
Like sign language, through eye contact, through shared experiences. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't understand.
Well, let's equalize all that in the hypothetical. Let's say that to the degree that you could communicate with them, to whatever degree you could, would be to the same degree you could communicate with cows, chickens, pigs, which you can communicate to them to some degree. You can look at them in the eyes, you can play with them, you can interact with them to some level and understand their lived experience a little bit, being with them. So let's say we found a bunch of humans that had those traits equalized. So the degree to which you could communicate with them would be the same degree to which you could communicate with a pig or a cow. Now, would it be okay to stab all those humans for sandwiches?
Well, I don't really do any of the stabbing per se.
Or to pay for it, to buy meat out of them and get somebody else to stab them.
And people, We're talking about people.
People that you wouldn't be able to communicate with them to the same degree that you wouldn't be able to communicate with a chicken or a cow or a pig or a fish or whatever.
I'm losing the train of the question. But
I'm just exploring the logical consistency of your position, because you said the thing that makes it wrong to commit cannibalism is that you could communicate with humans, even in ways that are nonverbal, like sign language, right? So
Sign
I'm exploring
language.
a logical entailment of your view, which is like, if we found a group of humans that you wouldn't be able to communicate with, and to whatever degree you could communicate with them would be to the same degree you could communicate with a cow or a pig. Now the question is, would it be ethical to slaughter them for sandwiches and to open up an industry where we slaughter them systematically?
okay, obviously, absolutely no. It would be unethical to slaughter anybody in any sense. Pero
But there's somebody as well, right?
right, they are definitely somebody. That's a pig. It looks like his name is like Oscar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's definitely a human, or not a human, but a creature. You know what I mean? An alive creature,
Sentient being, yeah.
a sentient being. That's the perfect way to say it. But I align with the Christian values. I align
But
with.
before we go there, I just wanted to say that you understand how that answer you gave, that no, it would still be unethical. That is a contradiction right there, because you said that the thing that makes it wrong in the human case, that you can communicate with humans, but even in cases where you couldn't, you would find it wrong. That entails a contradiction. You're saying that what makes it right is ability to communicate, and it's not the thing that makes it right, because it would be still wrong.
Okay, so what's the similarity? Like, what are you trying to hammer into my head that we can connect? Like, I can talk to a pig or a
So
cow.
what I'm trying to hammer in is that sentient beings, and sentience means having an ability to have subjective experiences of having a mind. I'm arguing that those beings deserve basic rights, not to be enslaved, exploited, murdered, because I don't see any morally relevant difference between us and them that justify doing that to them. We're both sentient. We want to live. We don't like being stabbed or enslaved or anything like that. So that's what I'm trying to hammer in. But then you can respond to that, and you can speak about your Christian worldview and whatnot that you were speaking about.
I just think that God gave us the right to have dominion over all creatures of this planet, and
What do you think that means? So two things there. One, I don't have any reason to believe in a God, so I'm agnostic. But we can like assume, for the sake of argument, that there is a God. Now you're saying that He gave us dominion. What do you mean by that?
the right.
It's a dominion right here, right? Dominion.
WatchDominion.com.
Yep. Yep. Talking about dominion, so you're getting into God's realm right now. So dominion. Speak. What do you think God? And I assume you believe in an all good God. He's good. Do you think when He gave us dominion, did He give us complete authority to do whatever the fuck we want to animals, rape them, burn them, or did He give us something like guardianship? Like, is dominion meant to be translated as something like guardianship,
I think dominion translates over to
doing whatever the fuck we want with them?
whatever we really please. If it's in our benefit, then those are the creatures we can do it to. And it doesn't sound right, but that's what dominion
Okay,
is.
so if it hypothetically was somehow in our benefit to go around kicking dogs in the face, you would say God would have no problem with that.
If it was in our benefit, how though? How would kicking a dog in
Let's
the face
say
be
let's say
beneficial to
let's
me?
say we had weird psychologies where every time we kicked a dog in the face, we laughed, and it made us feel a little bit happier.
That's a bit strange of a reason, pero
No, but it is a benefit for mental health, right? In this hypothetical. So now the question is, do you think your God would be okay with us going around kicking dogs in the face if it happened to increase our well-being?
no, I don't think so. Pero I do think
Okay,
that
so God is not permitting us to do whatever we want for a benefit, right? You just contradicted yourself again there.
if we're sustaining our bodies and we're surviving and we're giving our bodies the nutrients it needs, then I think that's a proper way to value the sacrifice of that animal.
So let me ask you this: if you had an option right now in front of you, what do you think God would prefer you to do? So you have two options right here.
All right.
One is a vegan sandwich, very well made, nice vegan meat,
Mushrooms,
and
lettuce.
everything like Beyond Meats, whatever the hell you want. And then the next thing is a dog that is alive. God prefer
A
you?
dog.
So God would prefer you to eat the vegan sandwich or to stab the dog in the neck and eat the dog?
Let's see.
What do you think God would prefer you to do?
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it easy. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go with the sandwich.
God would prefer that. So it
I
isn't.
can't speak for God, but I'm assuming
You're assuming.
the God that I pray to would be like, why'd you just stab that dog in the neck? Which that would have still sustained you.
Exactly. So this is the thing. That's analogous to the situation you're in your daily life. You have alternatives around you that are not that do not entail stabbing innocent sentient beings. So you just admitted that the God you pray to would prefer to go vegan by your own logic.
Well, stabbing a dog in the neck, it's like, okay, that was a bit extreme. That was a bit extreme. But listen, I hear what you're saying.
It is extreme. It is extreme in the sense that it's like a sort of like a weird like hypothetical, very graphic. But I can make it more analogous. So you go to the store, you buy a vegan sandwich in the store, or you buy a sandwich made out of dog meat. What would God prefer? Or He wouldn't care. And again, remember that by buying the sandwich made out of dog meat, you're financing an industry that tortures, kills dogs, all that shit. So what would a good God prefer you to do?
Well, you've definitely opened up my line of thinking, man. You have. I have a lot of consideration to do.
Happy to hear that, man.
But it's a long road to stop eating meat when it's so ingrained in my family, when it's so ingrained in me. But it's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
It's super easy. If you keep the victims in mind, man, obviously you wouldn't want to be them, right?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So this is the thing, man.
No.
If you had to put a number on it, last question. I'm gonna keep it going. So last question. Put a number on it. How many more animals you want tortured and killed in your name across your lifetime? How many more?
I'm gonna go with with the number 0.
It's called veganism, buddy, my dude. So you have vegan values, man. I'm glad you said that, man, because there's some people that he said a million animals if I could. They don't even give a fuck about animals, right? You seem that you have vegan values, which means that you're against the unnecessary exploitation of innocent beings.
I
right?
am, but I just have that habit of eating steak and pork and chicken and hamburgers since I was a kid.
Yeah, I understand. I was raised like that. I was non-vegan for 20 years. How old are you?
26.
26. Okay, I'm 29. I've been vegan almost 10 years now. So
10 years.
So
vegan.
you have you seen this sort of thing?
I haven't. You're the only person that went through the realm of challenging my thoughts about it.
Oh yeah, man. It's an honor. It's an honor. You're a smart guy, so I'm glad I made you reflect on your values. So this documentary right here is very good because it shows you the standard practices of the sort of thing we do to animals. Horrible stuff. You wouldn't do that to dogs, to children, to cats. Why the hell do it to them? So I suggest give it a watch. You can remember the name or take a picture, whatever you want.
Watch Dominion. That's pretty much.
Or you can, or YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah,
or YouTube. Dominion on YouTube or the website, whichever one. And if you want, there's people that can help people go vegan for free. They're called challenge22.com. They give you a registered dietitian for free, all that shit. They help you out for 22 days because supposedly we make a habit in 21 days. You don't need to do any of that shit. But if you don't know how to go vegan and shit and it sounds reasonable to you, those people can help you for free. But anyway, thanks for your time, man, and hope you think about the victims.
You know what? I want you to think that this was a vain conversation we had. I'm going to try the vegan. I'm going to try it out at least.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out. If I go
keep
back
the victims in mind. Keep the victims in mind. Just remember, like, if you were them, in their situation, you would want people like you to go vegan, stop supporting their Holocaust, right? Yeah, just keep the victims in mind.
Stop eating my brothers and family and keeping me in this fucking
you believe in God. They're all God's creation, right? Sentient creation.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man, for your time. Get easy. Keep the victims in mind, man.
Watch Dominion.
Watch Dominion, yeah.
You guys are doing a good thing, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
That made the whole day. That really made the whole thing work.
Aguanta aquí. Aguántame el sign. Let's see some people in here saying, there you go. Eri is masterful. Thank you, bro. Nice man. Yeah, I was a refreshing conversation after those dudes that said they would support Hitler if Jewish people happened to not be fucking human beings. Holy shit.
That just made it feel worth it to come out here today. Like, you know, like we could have not come here and that conversation would have never happened. But,
Yes.
but something like that can happen and it just makes the whole thing worth it.
Yeah, that's why I can't fucking quit. You gotta keep it up and do this consistently. To find the others, find people like that that actually have vegan values and are willing to actually change for the better. I don't know why people don't want to fucking change and become better people. That's just such a like deep motivation for me. I just want to be better one day at a time. Amazing you did it. Thank you.